key to success in this racket is this little baby right here. It's called cocaine.
You were able to do drugs during the day and still function, still do your job?
Well, how the f else would you do this job? Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
Right.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. The White House cocaine story has just been blown wide open. New lines of inquiry on a razor's edge with a little twinkle in your nose. You can find out the truth if you just look hard enough. And now we know that there are photos of the cocaine that has just been released by the Secret Service. First photos to reveal the cocaine found in the White House. Images of a baggie in a cubbyhole sparked the White House investigation, and the culprit has still yet to be found. Oh, isn't that interesting? Please. Oh, we'll get into it. A bag of cocaine was found in the White House July 2nd, prompted an evacuation of the West Wing and an 11-day investigation. The Daily Mail can reveal the photos of a dime bag and a Ziploc bag with the illicit drug for the first time, while the Secret Service narrowed down a list of suspects to 500 people. The culprit was never identified. Oh, interesting. Well, there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is your dime bag of cocaine. 10 ounces. Less than a gram of the drug was found in a dime-sized Ziploc baggie, along with storage cubbies located inside the White House Executive Office entrance. These are, of course, the cubbies that are used exclusively for White House staff, high-ranking staffers, and of course, most importantly, they are locked in a cubbyhole. So who's the guy who had number 50 that day? That's your culprit, you dumbasses! You get a key. I've been to the White House a billion times. Not a billion times, but a lot. You gotta lock your phone up. I had to lock my phone up. I lock my car keys up, right? You lock up your stuff. You put your phone in the box and they hand you a little key. And then you have to go get the key. So there's literally one person who would have that key. That's how this whole thing works. You absolute dumbasses. So the reporting out is that there is a Biden family member who is the person, is somebody inside of the Biden family orbit who was using the cocaine. Who could it possibly be? Who could it possibly be? This footage of the very same weekend. This footage of the very same weekend. Oh man, who's out there sweaty, brushing their hair? Yeah. Oh yeah, twitching, tweaking. No, doesn't look like anyone's using any. It's a joke, right? It's a big joke. Right? It's really funny until you actually think about it and you're like, oh my God, this is so...
Fox News alert, a major update in the White House cocaine scandal. According to a report cited by the New York Post, a source close to the White House says Joe Biden knows exactly who left the bag of cocaine in the White House. And it's someone in the Biden family orbit. But this source says it wasn't Hunter's. Now, we haven't verified the report, but if this is true, it adds another layer to the cover-up.
So, who is it? Joe Biden knows, huh? Because it was in a lockbox with a key. God, this is so unbelievably stupid. This is the most surveilled house on planet Earth. There's a camera in like every 7 inches in the White House. There is a camera. They know exactly who brought the cocaine into the White House. It's being covered up. It's being covered up because perhaps some White House staffers thought it was Parmesan?
Crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure, Tracy.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about, man? Remember that Hunter Biden had his record expunged. Recall that Hunter Biden was nabbed when he was 18 years old for cocaine possession, and then continued to use cocaine all throughout college, smoked crack, was kicked out of the Navy for smoking crack, that Joe Biden swooped in to shut down the news that his kid had just been caught using cocaine while they were on family vacation.
We also learned the White House complex was briefly evacuated Sunday night while the president was away. According to the Associated Press, Secret Service was doing routine checks in an area.
And the Biden family has a long history of covering up cocaine charges. Ask Hunter. He'll tell you straight up, if he wasn't a Biden, he'd be in jail.
I just wondered how you viewed sort of the money you made through your clients that enabled that addiction, and also maybe the ways that protected you from consequences that might have landed a lot of other people in jail.
I think it's completely unfair, and I think that I am 100% still here today and not in a jail cell or in an institution. Because of my privilege, and not just the privilege of a family that loved me, but the privilege of the fact that, I had been very successful.
Back in 1988, Hunter was arrested for cocaine possession in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. But Hunter walked out with a clean record. Why? Well, his dad, senator at the time, expunged his record. And at the same time, Biden was sweeping his son's coke under the rug. Biden was throwing average Americans in prison for coke possession. Same crime.
Joe Biden wrote the tough on crime drug bill that placed so many young black Americans in prison for using far less cocaine than his son used. Now, I mean, obviously, I don't think that cocaine should be legal. And I think if you do the crime, you should do the time. It's just that Hunter Biden isn't going to do any time and isn't going to be charged with any crime. Now, what's interesting about all of this is that many are speculating that it might have been Hunter Biden's daughter, Naomi Biden, who left the cocaine inside of the White House. Many saying that Hunter Biden is clean, and also that Hunter Biden has to subject himself to drug tests, regular drug tests, because he's currently going to court. And so that's part of his plea agreements. And so who did leave the cocaine in the White House? Dan Bongino, who was a Secret Service agent at the White House, explained.
One of my former colleagues in the Secret Service who retired, they are absolutely furious about this. Really? Oh, yeah. I tell you, I got 50 emails, communications, texts from people. This is embarrassing, humiliating. These are good guys, man. Guys who've worked for Obama and Bush, the nonpartisan guys. Most of them aren't even political. This is embarrassing. They know exactly who it was.
Wow. So do these people want it to come out that it was probably Hunter Biden?
Well, the question is it Hunter or one of his friends? But here's the thing. So I'm in the Secret Service 12 years, a good amount of time. We never had this problem. So nobody by Occam's razor, right? The process of deduction, keep things simple, keep it simple, stupid, Occam's razor. Right? You got this guy. We never found coke in there before. You got a dude who's doing coke on tape, who's got a reputation of being a cokehead. He's living in the White House. He's there on Friday. The coke's found on Sunday, and everybody's like, gosh, who could it be?
Who could it possibly be? Okay, so Bongino's there saying there's absolutely no way that they don't know who it is. And this makes a ton of sense. You can see here in the article, the entrance, West Wing entrance, again, this is a very secure entrance. You're not allowed to go into, this is not a visitor's entrance. You're not allowed to go in here unless you have, I went in there when I had an interview with Trump. That's when I went into this entrance. And when I had meetings with administration officials. That's the only time I ever used this entrance. So this is the cocaine ID wipe. This is the photo of them positively testing this for cocaine. So the Biden family was at the house when this happened. First daughter, Ashley Biden, also struggled with drug use and has been to a rehab facility. Apparently, there's a video of Ashley Biden doing cocaine at a party, allegedly out there, but has yet to have been released. What does the official statement from the Secret Service say? There was no surveillance video footage found that proved an investigative lead or any other means for investigators to identify who may have deposited the found substance in the area. Without physical evidence, the investigation will not be able to single out a single person of interest and the hundreds of individuals who passed through the vestibule where the cocaine was discovered at the time. Secret Service investigations closed due to lack of physical evidence. Oh, well, that's interesting. Because if you go over here, and if you look right here at the entrance to the White House, you'll notice that you can mark every single person that goes in and out of this door. And you'll also note, it might not be immediately visible here, but that there are cameras all throughout this entrance. I know this because I've been through this entrance. There are cameras literally flipping everywhere. It's very hard to get through to entrance. And by the way, every entrance at the White House has a drug sniffing dog at it. So the only people that get waved in are members of the administration and members of the president's family. It's all funny. It's all funny. Well, and like it's made for good comedy, indeed. I suppose if you either can cry at the state of your country or laugh.
On the
Rob Schneider chooses to laugh.
Cocaine found at the White House. He said, "We may never know where this came from. We may never know who brought it here. We may never know. We must close the case. We have no idea where this could have come from, who could have left it." Yeah? Really? How about the guy that had hookers snorted off his cock? Put it on a laptop. Why don't we start there, you know? Maybe ask him a few questions.
The funniest bit on all this, even though it has made for great comedy, is Tucker Carlson doing an impression of the Biden administration on cocaine. This is pinnacle comedy, ladies and gentlemen, and the best bit that I've seen on this so far by the great Tucker Carlson. Enjoy.
What'd you say? I don't know what, you know what? The thing about that story, it's just a mystery to me. No one was more shocked than I was. Are you serious? In the Biden White House, somebody left an 8-ball of cocaine in a public. I was like, I said to my wife, it's just not in character, you know? I just don't believe it. It's clearly a setup. I went right back to Marion Barry and I was like, somebody set you up. I'm serious. It was, you know what I mean? It was like, I'll stop with it. That was my favorite story of all time. Because it just explains all the behavior. It really does. I mean, I worked in the media business for my whole life, so I know what the behavior looks like. But it's like crazed and grandiose. I've got a plan. You're not going to believe it. It's unbelievable. It's going to totally work. What we're going to do is we're going to totally rearrange everything, okay? We've been doing things a certain way for a long time, okay? And it's worked, but I've got a better plan. And that's their entire approach.
It's been a while since I've seen that clip. It's so good. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we promise you when we get back in charge, we'll pull the security footage. It's the first thing I'll be asking for. I'll pull the security footage. I know damn well I've been through that entrance. I know damn well that they are lying. They are covering this one up. And if they lie about the little thing, they'll lie about everything. Now, ladies and gentlemen, time for some truth. The truth shall set you free. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel for truth. It's your boy Benny. See ya.